All right, good morning, everybody. My name is Kale Casey. I'm one of the information officers with the Alaska Interagency Type 1 team managing the east zone of the Cedar Creek fire. We're going live today from Mount Bachelor Ski Area so you can meet our Type 1 Incident Commander, Norm McDonald, and so you can get clarity on the big picture after all the fire growth yesterday and some of the changes that have happened. I want to introduce Norm.
All right, morning everybody. Yes, my name is Norm McDonald, Incident Commander with the Alaska team. A lot of changes yesterday, a lot of information out there. I just want to make sure we're getting you what you need for yourselves to make decisions in your life. Start off just on the east zone. We are primarily in the Deschutes National Forest, responsible for the east side of the fire. But with that, we've got two teams managing both zones, and we still look at this as one fire. So yesterday, Northwest 6 had a tough day with the fire behavior. Those really strong winds, red flag conditions. Saw quite a bit of growth. Fire size as of last night was just over 51,000 acres. We're expecting that to be quite a bit larger with the activity we had through the night and this morning, so we'll get updated acreage for you on that as that comes out. For both zones, we have 862 people on the fire. For the east side, we've got about 120 firefighters working on that 46 corridor. That's the primary, our holding line, and going direct in some of the places on that south edge. To help out on the west side, yesterday the Oregon State Fire Marshal Red Team arrived with IC Yoakum. They're going to be unified on that side of the fire, helping out with some of the structure protection and taking care of those communities on that west side. Again, back to the east side, we've broke our fire up into two branches, a north and a south. We have 5 divisions. And we also have responsibility for initial attack, where we support local forest and others with initial attack. That group is working on the far east. We're doing some contingency lines out there as well. So you'll see people from north to south up in Waldo Lake, Odell Lake on the south end, Cultus Lake up on the north side. So we got folks spread out over there, assessing structures, doing structure protection, getting as ready as we can. So when those winds do switch around, which we're expecting sometime tomorrow, we'll have people in the right place, right time, available to respond as needed.
Okay, great. Thanks, Norm. We know a lot of folks yesterday have been asking a lot of questions about where the fire location is on the west side. What we do know is that with the addition of the Oregon State Fire Marshals helping Northwest Team 6 after they've relocated down to Eugene, that we're going to be getting and seeing more posts on the page. And in fact, if you're not following the Oregon State Fire Marshals, please do. That's Governor Kate Brown's office. Their strike teams are, as Norm said, in place, up and down. Their job is to make sure that they're bolstering and ensuring that structure protection is guaranteed as we continue to try to hold the line and work to see where the west zone fire has gone. There's a lot of frustration out there. We know that when a camp has to move, it disrupts everything. And so we do apologize on behalf of everybody. There is infrared data available on the INCIWeb and also our Facebook page that shows that fire activity. And so as that comes through, and sometimes that can be disrupted by the satellites. We rely on it, but to get to be an incident commander, you have to be an operations chief. So Norm has been in the fire business for a long time. He's the chief of fire and aviation in the state of Alaska. We had a 3 million acre fire season this year before coming down here. We appreciated all the resources from Oregon and the Pacific Northwest that came up. We're no strangers to big fire in our backyard.
No, this is unfortunately this day and age, this is what we do. We have large fires and we manage them just like we are now. We put teams on the sides that need attention. We do that to reduce that span of control and make sure we have the people and the resources we need on wherever that fire wants to go. So the last few days has been that east wind effect on that west side of the fire is really where they had that impact. So we've been supporting Northwest Team 6 where we can, whenever we can. We'll continue that throughout the day. And again, on our side, as that wind starts switching around, we're going to expect some increased fire behavior on the east side of the fire, where we've got our folks working right now today on some of those lines that we've established and improving. So when that fire does want to make runs, we can have a place to try to hold that. And that's primarily that 46 corridor and some other forest roads where we got our folks working today.
So one of those advantages of having the 3 teams involved now and also support from Oregon Division of Forestry is that our firefighter count has gone up considerably. At this camp alone, at Mount Bachelor, we're anticipating 500 to 1,000 resources working from that Waldo, Odell, trying to hold at the 4290 up to 46 and around. So lots of work is being done. We've put a lot of videos on YouTube. The Cedar Creek Fire YouTube channel will show you the chippers that are working along the 46 road, creating a fuel break. They'll show you the super scoopers that have been delivering water to around the different values at risk and cooling the edges. Oak Ridge has not seen fire to town, but the 58 road has been deeply impacted with those closures, and that will become a containment feature. We know there's a lot more questions about Oak Ridge, and we've asked you to stay tuned to the Oregon State Fire Marshals and Northwest 6 as they engage on getting you that information. I'm in constant touch with their information officer, Stephen Myers, and he and his counterparts are working very hard to get you more photos and more details. We have some other questions coming in. Are there more east winds expected?
Right now, what has been forecasted is that's through today. We're already starting to see a slight switch in that, so we'll keep track of that. But for the near term, anyways, there is not an east wind forecasted for the next several days. It's supposed to switch back to that more normal northwest flow, which is more typical for this area.
So for everybody who's following along, again, jump on that YouTube channel. We're going to continue to put operational insights, behind the scenes videos so that you can see how these camps operate, how the firefighters are briefed, how the fire behavior analysts give them intelligence about the fire spread. It's really this old man moss or grandfather beard moss that's really lofting embers everywhere. It's a very hard fuel component. Temperatures are very hot and very dry. Waldo Lake is, of course, still a very high priority. All the values at risk there that have been intact remain intact. They're working along the fire's edge directly with the super scoopers, cooling it and directly engaging on it. We know that's a huge priority. We've been reaching out to the other lodge and lake owners individually. They're incorporated in our conversation. They know that our program is always human and public life first. So please take care of yourselves. Watch for those evacuations. Lane County Sheriffs, Deschutes County Sheriffs, make sure you're following those pages. And Norm, I'll let you close it out.
Yeah, I think the last thing I want to point out is we prioritize our fires nationally and within the region. Ranking yesterday, this fire went to #1 in the region. So what that means for us and for the communities around here is when those resources become available from other fires, we get those assigned to us. And we compete nationally over the western states, California, Montana, Idaho, all experiencing the same fire behavior, fire danger. But us being #1 in the region will really help us get the resources we need to begin.
Okay, so we also want to make sure to thank the public for all the gratitude for the firefighters. It's really important to try to keep the tone on the Facebook page positive because their relatives and families of those sons and daughters out there holding these lines, working on the edge of the things, so providing support in camps, they're all watching. So let's try to keep that tone positive. We appreciate that. The YouTube channel is Cedar Creek Fire. We've seen our subscriptions double in the last day. That's really important because we'll put additional fire content behind the scenes on there throughout the day. So please, thank you for your engagement. There will be virtual meetings from the different sides of the fire as normal. We offer this feature because we know it's been so confusing and we really just want to reach out and say thank you. We know this is a hard time. We'll be coming back to you and we'll be answering these questions throughout the day. So whether you're watching live on the rebroadcast, keep the questions coming. We really appreciate it. Thanks.